9.5, 9.6, 9.6. Round of applause.
All right, next up we've got Harriet Rose.
Okay, hello. Okay, this isn't the whole poem, but okay. It's called Chapstick. On a day that threw itself in the week after Christmas break, I sat in a math classroom while my body adapted to new heat. The air was dry and reminded me that my lips desperately needed chapstick. I sat there with chapped lips because I knew trying to relieve the slight sting would fling all eyes to my mouth, my pointy mountaintop lips, and their stares would surely crack my healing heart in a way sore lips could never understand. Not only did my mouth begin to burn, but I could feel my sudden restlessness. My hands finally found their way to my gray backpack, where my fingers blindly hunted through the front pocket, because if God forbid I open it too wide, the other students in my geometry regents class might catch a glimpse of the loose tampons and pads rolling around. Finally, it was in my hands, and I took the cap off like a king about to take a sip of royal wine after winning a fierce battle. My lips were cracking, and would have been yelling if there weren't still boys taking a test next to me. I suddenly felt the eyes of two sophomores, watching me like dogs about to steal meat out of the hands of their master's helpless daughter. They might even receive praise after for being so clever and deceiving, but I would have to accept their glaring eyes, because my skin was about to shatter. Because if I didn't nourish my lips, my mouth would be closed too tight to stand up for my sisters who had abandoned themselves for the sake of a man. Because maybe it was then I realized perhaps living with dry lips is easier than constantly putting chapstick on. I felt that despite when trying to evenly distribute my own solidarity, my lips would dry again. Again, the softest part of me would grow calloused, my kisses never again teasing and inviting, although surely they hadn't been for years. Not since men shoved punches disguised as fist-clutching daisies down my throat until blood was spewing out of the nose being choked with the scent of perfume, and then claimed to see no difference between the treatment of my gender and their own. Not since everyone assumed I had magically grown a crush on the boy sitting next to me when I came into class wearing eyeliner for the first time, because I could never have intentions of only pleasing myself. Not since the fear of getting raped was an awful tattoo job done on my heart I received while walking down my own street. Not since I had to avoid wearing tight dresses when I went out, yet my brother never thought twice about how his, quote, forward moves might make a girl feel, or not feel. These things had made my lips dry, cracked, and I had to be the one to apply the chapstick. I saw now the more boys that were staring. I tried rolling my eyes, but I was stopped by their threatening smirks. The questions on their tests were blank. Never could they be a priority over a vulnerable freshman applying chapstick, because yes, the title made me weak compared to them. I should have realized this earlier, because to ravenous wolves, there is nothing their claws can't scratch. I was a sheep. They would swear good intentions on the bruises on my thighs. One boy winked, another one puckered his lips, as if out betting on one another on who could be more misogynistic. Enough became a surplus of enough. I raised my hands, whispering to my teacher I was being harassed for applying nothing but chapstick, to which she responded loudly, "Well, honey, if you don't want them to look, maybe do that in the hall." I was banished to a cell, watching the endless freedoms of being male. This idea, that my lips were chapped, was false. A mere excuse for the puddle of drool that had pooled at my feet, because I had surely asked for it. I kept my chapstick in my hand.
That was great. Big round of applause. That was our first time performing here.